Hello, everybody. This is Rev Sue Frederick, and today I'm so excited to give us a numerology update. We'll talk a little bit about the month of April in 2026, and then we're going to move into the month of May of 2026. Then I'm going to give an overview of how our birth path works in conjunction with our essential vibration, our heart's longing, and our personality number, and our missing numbers, how it all creates one big picture of our soul's plan and what we're here to learn and accomplish in our lifetime. So, when I talk about April, I mean, we're nearly finished with it, and I'm personally glad about that because April is in 2026, it's a one universal year, and you add that to the 4 month of April. And it's a fiery change month. Fiery because of the Aries influence, and change because of the five influence. And I think we've all experienced some of this energy of burning up things in our lives so that it can be rebuilt. For example, when a forest has a forest fire, it's terrible tragedy. And then years later, there's so much new growth that you're almost happy that there was that fire to create the new growth. That's kind of what April has been like. It has not been a gentle month. It has been a month of just burning away stuff as part of the rebirth of this one universal year of 2026. It's been dramatic, impulsive. And I think the theme of April could be courage versus fear. Even when we look at the world and war and prices and all sorts of things going on, do we go into our fear and anger, or do we stand in our open-hearted courage, trusting our guides, our angels, and our own higher soul to show us the truth of what's going on and that all is well, no matter how it looks on the outside? And I, I kind of, as I was writing this morning, I was channeling in all of this for us. And I was asking, so what are we being asked to do or learn in this April of 2026? And the answer was, you are being asked to establish how you want to use your power in this new 9 year cycle for the universe that's unfolding and beginning this year. So, how do I want to use my power? Am I using it for good, for love, for reinvention, for courage, for connection to the angelic beings, for remembering my higher soul's purpose? Or am I in the negativity of fear, blame, and anger? And don't be upset with yourself if you're dancing in both of those right now, because we are human and we still have a human body and a human mind. And as long as we have those components and we're on earth, we will have one foot in the physical world and one foot in the divine, hopefully in the divine, if we lift ourselves up with sacred practice, meditation, understanding of our soul journeys, really asking what is the lesson in this rather than just reacting to it. And that's the big one. When things hit us hard in April that are painful or different or challenging, the first reaction is, oh no, this is terrible. But then we have to go, so what is my soul asking me to learn or know about this in April, whether it's in my personal life or in the world at large? Once we shift into that question, we really rise into that higher understanding of who we are and what we're here to do. So I'm now going to talk about May, and I'm going to say, Annette, I think there was somebody trying to get in and they went away. So please pay attention to who needs to be admitted in the room.
I did. Susie went in and out and in and out. She couldn't establish a line.
I
So
got it.
yeah, I
Okay.
get her, but she's back in.
All right, good. Okay. So let's do May. And May, it starts in a couple weeks, and I think we're all kind of exhausted by the fire and change of April. But the good news is that May of 2026 is such a softer number because we're in that one universal year, but May is a 5 month. So that means the energy is the energy of the six. Six is the heart chakra. So even if we're grieving, or even if we're struggling with something, if we're in the heart about it, if our heart is open, if we're willing to feel what needs to be felt, then we connect not only with each other, with healing energies, but with our own higher soul and with the angels, of course. May is a great month for feeling the healing, nurturing energy of the angelic beings around us. You'll feel intuitively connected to these loving beings. And self-love is important in May because the downside of that six energy is really about judgment, judgment of others in the world, in the family, in the community, and at large. So you could say that the theme of May will be love versus judgment. And we can shift back and forth between those, whether we're looking at ourselves, our loved ones, or the world at large. But it's a calm after the reckless change of April, and it will have more well thought out energy to it and open-hearted energy. The angels will be incredibly close to us in May. And I'm not saying that hard things won't happen, but I'm saying you'll have greater access to your heart and to the ability to heal and reflect and feel what needs to be felt and released. Also, when we look at the world at large in May, the 60s were a time of global change. There was the Vietnam War, there was the women's movement, there was so much going on that was really meant to sort of heal and bring us to love and peace. When you think of that 60 energy, this is the energy of May and 2026, the six, bringing us together as family, community, global connection. We've talked a lot about when in 2026 these interplanetary beings will reveal themselves because they've been here for a while, but the big disclosure, so to speak. And many astrologers and intuitives and channelers have said it's going to be June and July, but that doesn't happen without a warm up. So the warm up is in May, meaning there may be disturbing things on the news, but again, your responsibility is, do I love it? Do I love what's going on, or am I going to judge it and fear it? And that is such a spiritual turning point for all of us. If we're going to hate on it or be afraid of it, we make it worse. We make ourselves feel worse. If we love on it and say, okay, what is the lesson and the gift in this? Then we can move forward into it with an open heart and with courage. That's the whole point of the earth world, is to be able to come here, go through challenges, go through pain, and then realign with our own higher soul and step into our own unconditional love for self and others that comes from the heavenly realms, that comes from the angels. Now, I want to talk about how the different components of our soul plan work together in numerology. As you all might know, I'm the author of Angels and Numbers. It's a book that really combines how the angels are helping us on our journey with how the numbers reveal our soul plan and how to move forward. And I'm teaching a great 7-week class every Monday night that I just love. Last week, we got divided into birth path breakout rooms, which was the most fun to see how everyone connected in their birth path room. But this coming Monday, we're talking about the name numbers of identity. And so I want to talk about how all these different components, I get asked all the time, well, how does my birth path work with my essential vibration or my personality number or my heart's desire? So you can look at your birth path number as being the lesson or the class you came to be in to evolve from and learn from. Your birth path number is not who you are. Your soul is an all-loving, all-powerful vibration unique to you that has been either in the higher realms or in other lifetimes throughout time and space. You are an eternal divine being. But yes, you chose an incarnation on Earth. You stamped it with your birth path number because that's what you wanted to grow into in this life on Earth. That's what you wanted to learn. Those are the gifts you wanted to bring. Those are the challenges you wanted to step forward through. So, for example, if your birth path is a 4, you came to build inner and outer strength, and you'll have many opportunities to do that. And once you get your grooves going with that 4 birth path, you'll create so many systems and foundational work that will help the world move forward. That's how we look at these birth paths. And then we look at our essential vibration number, which we'll talk about Monday in class. And that is different from our destined learning of the birth path. It's kind of like when you meet me, you might feel a certain vibration. And it is my deeper nature. I always think of it as how I've moved through every lifetime. If you looked at me through my journey of being an angel in the higher realms or coming to earth, it all has that vibration of change and excitement and courage. That is the essential vibration of the 5, which is my essential vibration. So you can think of it as how your soul vibrates within your human self. That's your essential vibration. And then your heart's desire, which I love, that's also called the soul urge, but I prefer using a term heart's desire because you're already talking about your soul's journey with your birth path, your soul's vibration with your essential vibration. But then we go to the heart's desire. What do you long for? What do you desire? Even if it's not really what your birth path is about, that heart desire number is how you nurture yourself. So interesting because mine is a 7. So I nurture myself by being quiet, reflecting, peaceful meditation, spiritual study, going to the angels, writing. All of these things that are not of the world is how I nurture myself, which I just think is so important. You know, it's a really important thing to know what your soul longs for to get healed and to get able to walk through this earth. And then comes the personality number. The personality number is how the world sees you. That's the personality is a shell, really, around your human, your soul self that you agreed to wear because it would open the door to certain lessons and opportunities for you. And if your personality is very big, you may have chosen, for example, a 22-4 personality. My husband, Gene, has a 22-4 personality, and people meet him and they're so impressed with him. But when you get to know him more, I mean, he's just an everyday person with problems and challenges. It's his personality that really gets the doors to open for him. And then you chose it. Your soul chose your personality number because it would align you perfectly with what you came here to do and be. And then your missing name numbers. Well, these are your chosen growth points for this lifetime. Yeah, we choose how we want to grow. If we're going to take on a big life with lots of lessons and lots of change, maybe not so easy, we'll be missing a lot of numbers in our name. And if we agree to a more quiet, settled lifetime, not as many challenges, then we won't be missing maybe any numbers in our name, but we'll still be able to tell which letters we don't have much of, which vibration we will have to focus on. I always like to tell the story that when I was studying missing numbers back in 1980, um, sorry, when I was studying those missing numbers in 1980, learning about numerology, my numerologist said, "You're missing more numbers than anybody I've ever worked with, unless you go and do Yoko Ono's path, because she's missing as many numbers as you are." And I've always identified with her because she came into the world and was hated on so much and blamed for the Beatle breakup, although that was really not her fault if you look into what really happened. And here she is, this person who just fell madly in love with John Lennon, and she had to grow and evolve and change so much in her life. and I'm missing a ton of numbers, and my lessons started early on. But it also, those missing numbers give you the opportunity to learn to excel in those areas of your growth pattern. Now, the next question might be, oh, so here's a quick summary. Essential vibration shows you how you vibrate in the world. Heart's desire shows you what nourishes you. Personality shows how you're perceived. Missing name numbers reveal growth opportunities. And that's all from my book, Angels and Numbers. I encourage you to get it because it really is the most in-depth work about numerology that you'll find, and it really talks about the numbers in terms of your soul's plan and how the angels help us with it. So there was one more thing I was going to add to that. Um, Oh, that question is gone. It was a question somebody had written me this week, and I really wanted to talk about it. Divine timing. How does that divine timing affect you moving through these months and years of your own personal year versus the universal year and the universal month? That's a really good question. So, if we're looking at this one universal year, what I want to talk about quickly is how that impacts your own personal year. And by the way, go to my free soul path calculator if you don't know how to calculate these numbers. Let me do the addition for you. Just go to my website, SueFrederick.com. On the nav bar, you'll see Soul Path Calculator. Click on that, and then you'll be able to do your birth path. And at the bottom, it says level 2. You click on that. It does your pinnacles and pinnacle cycles of growth. And then on the bottom, click on level 3 and it does all your name numbers. So all the calculations I'm talking about today, you can figure out for free on my Soul Path calculator. So this is a one universal year. If you're in a one personal year, it's like you can't get your foot off of the accelerator of a car. It's really that intense. The people I know who are in a one personal year are having they're having stress, they're having anxiety because their life is moving forward and the world is changing and everything feels fluid and unexpected. And this is part of the rebirth of the world and your own personal rebirth. The souls who agreed to always be in the same cycle as the universe, they definitely are feeling the energy of this intense rebirth time. And they may be struggling with it. They may be feeling, wow, I can't hold on. I need a seatbelt. Those are how the one personal year people are feeling about our one universal year. And then we go into if you're in a two personal year or an 11-2 personal year, how is this affecting you? Well, you're feeling the rush of reinvention of the universal year, but you're in a very quieter, more healing year of the two, where you have good connections with people to process what you're experiencing and a very strong channel to the angels and the guides to help you. So you can use this momentum of the one universal year to kind of do some healing for yourself and your relationships. If you're in a three personal year, and this one universal year is coming along, it means you have to kind of quiet your creative self-expression a bit and build your foundation this year for your work because the three is going to be all up in the head and the creative stuff of the personal year, but then the one comes along and goes reinvent, reinvent. So you might have to do some inner work of writing or teaching or creating who you are in this new cycle for the world. Then, if you're in a four personal year, and the one universal year of 2026 is affecting you, it means not only are you having to build your own foundation in your personal life of the four personal year and build your strength, but now you're being pushed forward by the one acceleration of the universal year. So it's not easy. You'll have a lot of work to do, a lot of strength to build. but in the long run, it does pay off. And if you're in a five personal year, then the five energy is always about change and expansion. So you're already in that energy. And then the one accelerated universal year comes along and goes, wow, don't take your foot off the accelerator. However, the combination of those is the number six for you. So you will be able to do some inner healing, some heartfelt connection, and you won't feel so out of control when you do that. And then if you're in a seven personal year like me, and this one energy of the universal year comes along, then you're feeling the push of the one, but the seven is saying, turn within, study, write, meditate, and you'll feel a duality of not wanting to go out in the world, wanting to do your inner work and your writing and your studying and your spiritual work. And then the one universal energy pushing you to go out in the world and show who you are. So you have to choose, well, am I going to have to figure out how to do both things? Because I can't just retreat all year, which is what my soul wants to do. And then if you're in an eight personal year, the year of owning your power, and the one comes along, it's going to make it a little harder for you to own your power because everything is so accelerated, so much change, so much growth. So you hold on to what you can hold on to build your financial well-being, your emotional power, spiritual power, physical power, one step at a time, because you've got to really take a breath between every step in that eight personal year. And then the nine personal year comes along. And if you're in a nine personal year while the world is in a one, boy, it's accelerated, meaning whatever you need to let go of this year, let it go because the world is going to rip it out of your hands anyway. So don't resist the surrender, the releasing of the old, the seeing the bigger picture that the nine personal year is calling you to, because the one universal year says, move forward. So don't resist it, or you just make it harder for yourself. So, on that note, let's open it up now for questions. So, please unmute yourself if you have a question about these numbers that we've talked about, or any numbers questions.
So I'm sorry.
That's
Did you want to
okay.
go in? Oh, okay. Um, on the pinnacle numbers, so you just look at the
Oh, wait, sorry. Wait a minute. I accidentally muted you. I didn't mean to do that.
no worries, no
Where are you?
worries.
Okay, you're unmuted. Thank you.
Yeah, I just re-unmuted. Um, so on the pinnacle number, you look at the age that you're in. That's the pinnacle number you should focus on.
Well, did you go to my calculator
I,
to do
I
your
did.
so you know your pinnacles, right?
Right.
But right now, I was just talking about the personal years. So is your
Okay.
question
Oh,
about
right.
pinnacle?
Okay. Never mind then. Because
Okay.
I calculated them and then I just put put them all in here, and I just didn't know if I go back and I look at my pinnacle, I would look at
Well, let me look
48 and
at the
above.
pinnacle then. So, for
No,
example, we
sorry,
have
I didn't mean to
no,
cut you
no,
off.
this is good. If it came up for you, then it means that we need to address it. The angels are bringing it up for a reason. So, yes, we all have these different pinnacles that we're also being influenced by, and we usually have four of them in a lifetime. So, when you go to my calculator, you figure out what pinnacle you're in, and that shows you the overarching lesson that you are in, that is also influenced day by day by your personal year and then influenced by the universal year. So there's layers of things going on. So, for example, I'm in a seven pinnacle. That means all I want to do, like I was saying before, is study, retreat, write, meditate, talk to the angels. And then my personal year is also seven. And whenever your personal year matches your pinnacle, you are immersed in that energy, that lesson of whatever that number is. But then we look at the one universal year. It says, no, you don't get to hide out. You got to help the world start a new cycle and step forward. So you look at every layer, the pinnacle, the personal year, and the universal year. So do you know your pinnacle number?
Yeah, it's 5.
And what is
If
your personal year?
my personal year is 9.
Oh, well, the pinnacle calls you to courageously change no matter what comes your way, to open your heart, be courageous for the whole time that you're in this pinnacle. But it also means you'll get to have adventures and fun. Are you the one telling me you're in your van?
Yes.
Well, you see,
I'm going to go get the van actually in May.
yeah.
I put
And
the van on storage for the last 4
yeah,
months.
and that's the five pinnacle. It says adventure, freedom, change, travel. And then you're in the personal year of the nine that says, and you got to let go of whatever's keeping you from doing that. You have to let go of relationships that are trying to anchor you down that don't serve you. You got to let go of careers that are trying to anchor you down that don't serve you. So you can have that lesson of the five pinnacle. I think if we could do numerology for all the van people who live in their vans, so many of them would either be in a five pinnacle or a nine personal year or even a five personal year because it's all about change. They don't want to be rooted and grounded. Go with that flow. And
Okay.
then if we look at how the one universal year is affecting you, you are part of the call to reinvent life here on Earth. So be a van person, figure out what that means to you, create new communities, new ways of navigating this world.
And I'm a 33 on top of that.
Well, there you go. The consciousness of the Christ, of compassion, of love, where you land in all of this change, you will create such a healing practice for yourself, for your clients, from everything you've learned.
Thank you.
Thank you, sweetheart. Okay, next. Susie?
I have a question.
Yes,
Yes.
sweetheart.
So I'm a number 8, but I'm a little bit confused because I thought this year, oh, I had all these things going on. And all of a sudden, I feel like all my messages is to sit within, doing nothing. It means doing everything. Sit within yourself and just practice what you have learned.
Mhm.
And I have a lot of peace, calmness, a month, this really nice energy where I don't have to do
Susie,
anything.
Susie, I'm having trouble hearing you. So can you just summarize? You're saying, what is your question? Because you're kind of coming in and out. Tell me, what is your question?
If I'm a number 8, why am I sitting? I have to sit in within myself and just practice what I have learned.
Okay, and number eight, does that mean you're on the eight birth path?
Yes,
Okay.
both eight year and the 8 number.
So you're in an eight personal year and an eight birth path. So that's
Yes.
calling you to own your power no matter what. But that doesn't mean you have to go out in the world to own your power. Owning our power from within is the only way to really do that, to change how you think of and see yourself and your interactions with the world and what you're here to offer. Inner power is what we first have to master before we can bring that power to the outer world. Is that what you're asking me?
Okay, yes, thank you. Makes sense. Thank you, thank you.
Okay. I'm sorry, I was having trouble hearing you. That's so I
No, no
that's
worries. I'm driving. Thank you, thank you. I
okay.
appreciate that.
Thank you, sweetheart. All right. Anybody else?
Um,
Hey, Marcia.
Hi, Sue.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm good. Yeah. I'm
Good.
surviving this seven personal year and seven pinnacle.
Wow. Yeah, that is intense. Absolutely. Well, I'm, the one birth path, my personal year is 3. My pinnacle number is 6.
Mm.
So,
So the pinnacle number, I want to start with that, Marcia, because that's
okay.
really about healing yourself.
Oh,
And
okay.
how long have you been in that six pinnacle?
Well, since 20 years, I think, because it
Wow. So
started.
it's all about healing your body, mind, and spirit, and that's what you've been doing. Your
Yeah.
health, your health has
Yeah.
forced you to do that.
That's true. I haven't had a choice.
Yeah.
So, it's about health and healing.
Well, then we look at your personal year as three. You know, you're such a beautiful communicator. We've talked about the book you're writing and showing up in the world and communicating, even if you're struggling with some health issues. That's the call of the three, you know. And whereas we know that the one birth path says, overcome that self-doubt, be that visionary leader that you are here and meant to be. Don't hold back. Don't doubt yourself. And you, of all the beautiful souls I know, have taken on the journey of saying, I've been through incredible health challenges, but I'm going to show up in the world anyway and speak my truth and help others. That's so beautiful. You are living up to your one birth path, you're living up to your three personal year, and you're acknowledging the six healing frequency of the pinnacle that you're in. You're doing awesome. You don't need to do anything different, Marcia.
I'm so glad to hear that because that self-doubt just keeps coming up and it's like, am I doing enough? Am I
Oh,
doing
sweetheart.
so? But people say to me, you're an inspiration.
Yes.
I'm floored when people say that to me. I really am. I don't
Oh,
see
baby.
myself that way.
Oh,
But
you are. You've inspired everybody in my classes who gets to know you. And I know that when you go out in the world and sometimes give a talk or share what you inspire everyone.
thank you. And I had kind of gotten away from the book. I had some health issues last year. I fell several times
Yeah.
and I hadn't been working on it as much, but my three seems to be calling me. I have really gotten back into it this.
Good, good. That book needs to happen.
Yes, it does. It does. And
And
I
Marcia, you know, you can use AI to help you edit it. So the easiest way to do it is you can just get your phone recorder and record a chapter. Wake up in the morning when you have that pure channel to the divine and say, chapter one, and just start recording what you want to write about in chapter one. Let it come through you. And then you can turn that into transcription into a Word doc. And then you send that Word doc to an AI and say, just edit this, clean it up using my words, my tone, my voice. And AI will give you a clean chapter. And then you go do chapter two. And if you can do it just one step at a time like that, Marcia, it won't feel so overwhelming.
thank you, Sue. That had never even occurred to me. So thank you. Because there are times I do get overwhelmed, but
Yeah.
some
And
of
editing our books is painful. I mean, that's the hardest part when you got to get down to the nitty-gritty and start cleaning it up. And once I figured out that AI could help me clean up my work, it changed everything. And I used to be in the publishing industry. I was a writer, a copy editor, substance editor, VP of content for a big magazine and a health. So I spent decades doing the big substance editing, the creation of the vibe of the magazine of the month, hiring the writers, correcting their copy. Oh my God. And I think back about how hard that was. There wasn't a night of those years that I could go home without bringing a manuscript with me that I needed to edit for the next day. And now you think about how AI can help us do that. I mean, I'm sorry for all those copy editors who might lose their jobs, but it's worth it to me.
it, I mean, and I'm a retired special ed teacher, so I did it was different than what you did, but it was still
Right.
a lot of editing, a lot
Yeah.
of proofing, a lot of work.
Yeah. So let's let AI take that from us and we can just create and we can say, here's what's coming through me. Please clean it up.
Oh, thank you. Oh, I love that. I'm so excited.
Thank you, sweetheart.
You.
All right. Anybody else today?
It'd just be me. But,
I was just going to say, Annette, I want to hear from you.
yes, but I have so much puppy energy here and so much rumbling, and we got a new puppy, and she's like challenging everybody.
And how old is your puppy?
She's 5 months.
Oh,
She's
that's Yeah.
adopted.
Yeah.
So I'm in my personal year and 8 of 8. And I'm a 3, but in my personal year of 8. So I was just gung-ho at this beginning of the year of saying, okay, I'm bursting through the fences. I'm just gonna do it all, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And then you said something about take one step at a time because of the universal year of 1
Right.
slows it down.
Right.
And I feel when you combine it, I'm already in the 9 year instead of the 8
Yeah.
year.
Well, it just means you have to let go of how you want to move through this owning of your power. You just want, I know you, Annette, you're strong. You just want to get it done. But then there'll be a puppy on your lap that you have to take care of. You know, it's going to be like that. And you sort of have to do one day at a time and not push yourself so hard. Be more loving and graceful to yourself. You're such a gorgeous soul, Annette. You do so much good in the world. Let this 8 personal year kind of unfold as it will, but don't struggle with it.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I feel like I stay put. I'm don't think about big travels anymore.
Yeah.
I'm just organizing my stuff in my office and my creative inspirational stacks of papers and stuff
Yes.
like
And
that,
that's your inner power. It
Hmm.
is. And you're getting aligned with that inner power of your soul, and that'll manifest out in the world and express your outer power.
Oh, thank you. That makes complete sense because I was just not even, I was thinking about let go of quite a bit of stuff.
Yeah.
Not only stuff on declutter, but also declutter my relationships in a way.
Yes.
So
Yes.
yeah, and I've been be really truthful to myself about who and when I spend my time.
Yeah.
And I used to be a person who was late um until one day, and I was never late again. But hey, now I have friends who are just letting me wait for 1.5 hours, and I'm
Oh,
thinking, no, I'm not gonna do that anymore.
no.
Yeah. So it's like interesting how I'm setting points, and
Yeah.
say I let go of that
And it's one step at a time, that's
one
good.
step at a time. Yeah.
That's really, really good. Don't forget, you guys, this one universal year is like being in a race car. And it's going so fast, you feel like you can't see the bigger picture of what's happening, all this
Mhm.
change energy. So everybody needs to take a breath. Everybody needs to go inward and go, what can I do today? What is today calling me to do and be? And just focus on that. I mean, I feel it, my loved ones feel it. There's such a sense of major change coming in the world. We just have to buckle down and go, what is mine to do today? And we can ask the angels that. So I think right now I'm going to take everybody on a quick little meditation where we ask the angels exactly that question. What is mine to do today in this personal year that I'm in? So this will be quick, and then I'll let you all go have your Saturday here. And let me put this little thing here. All right, everybody, let's take a deep breath. Inhale with me. Oh, and again. And let's make sure that we are feeling the presence of those angelic beings who have been with us throughout time and space and always with us when we are in these classes asking for help, asking for insight. The angels love to be with us in these discussions. And right now, they are around each of you. You have your team of angels surrounding you, and they're handing you a notebook and a pen. And you're looking up at them and feeling their unconditional love, their gorgeous, healing light presence. And now you ask them, angels, what is mine to do this month, this year, but especially today? What is mine to do today? And the angels pick up your pen, guiding your hand, and they start writing your answer now in that celestial notebook you're holding. See those words moving on the page, beautiful handwriting. It's as if you're watching a movie. The angels are writing it in that celestial notebook. Here's what is yours to do today. We'll take care of the rest. And now they're writing, here's what's yours to do for the rest of April. We'll take care of the rest. And again, they're writing that beautiful handwriting in your celestial notebook. See the words moving on the page. And ask the angels, what do I need to stop worrying about or pressuring myself to do? Ask that, and they take your hand and your pen, and they write the answer in their gorgeous handwriting in that celestial notebook. What do I need to let go of and stop pushing myself to do or be? They're so happy to help you with this. Receive their answer. And now ask, what is mine to do in this universal rebirth year of 2026? Give me 1 or 2 sentences so I will understand what is mine to do this year of rebirth. And the angels now lovingly take your hand and your pen, and they write a very simple answer to that question. It's not a long answer. It's 1 or 2 sentences. Their beautiful handwriting moves quickly across the page, and you read it. Mm. And now you look up at your circle of angel guides and you say, if I forget this and I feel overwhelmed, will you step back in to my consciousness, my heart, my awareness, and remind me to focus on what is mine to do in this moment, in this hour, in this day. And angels, will you lift the burden of anxiety from my shoulders and align me with your angelic comfort, no matter what comes my way. Stand with me, support me, hold me up strong. Don't let me be buffered by worldly or personal events. Give me your courage. Remind me that all is well with my soul, no matter what. Angels, remind me that I'm not here to worry about my numbers or my soul plan or my personal year or my pinnacle. I'm not here to worry. I'm here to let the grace unfold as planned. And the angels say, we are here to help you with this. We love you unconditionally. When you begin to cry or feel anxious or afraid, look at us standing around you, loving you. We wrap your head in our gorgeous light of love to calm your thoughts. We put our angel hands on your heart to open your heart with love and courage. We use our angelic energy to calm your entire nervous system. All nervous systems are off tilt in these times on earth. But we, as your angel guides, have a special talent for running that soothing angel energy down through your body into the ground. The nervous system is restored. We are acting in your best interest always. We never want you up in your thoughts and mind and anxiety and fear. That's not why you went to Earth. We always soothe you, heal you, love you. When you feel a breath of that energy, you know it's us. Just open to it, allow it, trust it. We are with you. We have your back. We have your heart. You are not alone. And so it is. The angels had a really healing, helpful message for us today. It was my honor to bring it in for all of us. So know that I love you all so much. Go have a wonderful weekend and don't worry about your numbers. Trust that all is well with your soul and with the world and always will be. And so it is. Thank you, my babies.
Thank you. It
Thank
was
you.
lovely.
Thank
Thank you.
you,
Love you
sweetheart.
all.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.